Yeah, okay. Have you ever heard of Isekais before? Those really cool animes that talk about going to a different world, experiencing something different, seeing the baddest of the baddies, and even having your own horror. But did you know that there's actually a flip side to it? A bad side that they don't actually talk about in anime. Well, some are starting to now, but let me explain. This is my explanation of why you wouldn't or you would want to be an Isekai. Now, most Isekais right now talk about a main character who gets a ample amount of power from a hero summoning or from a demon lord summoning, and they need to help the world and save whatever is happening going on. You need to save us. You need to experience us. Please help us. We need your help. We need your help, sir. You need to save us from the demon lord, or you need to save us from the hero, or you need to save us from something. Please help, my sir. But
in hindsight, isn't that just kidnapping?
for real, don't get me started on the hero summonings. Like, what happens if you were just like chilling on the bed, right? You just chill on the bed, just go, instantly, fucking, you're surrounded by a whole bunch of men, a random princess, and a guy with an old beard talking about some, we need your help, hero. Save us from the demon lord. Or what happens if you was doing a dang thing, you're beating your tallywhacker with some hot sauce, with like Drake said, and then you got dang, now you have to explain why you beating your tallywhacker in front of everybody else. Now you're in a weird situation. Now we in a whole situation that I don't want to be in. You don't want to be in. I know you don't want to see me do this. You don't want to see me do it. I don't want to do this. But now we just in this weird situation because you want to be doing stuff. Like, for real, think about it logically for a minute. Like, a hero summoning or a demon lord summoning from another world is literally just kidnapping a random person. Like, in all actuality, that's what it is. And just think about what it is your family would have to deal with after. If you had any type of family, or you had any types of friends or anything else in your other world, you would just be gone. It would be like you got kidnapped. So imagine what would happen. People would go to try to look for you. Things would get jambled. And there was actually a really good series that actually dived into that. It's called The Warrior Returns, and it's about a protagonist that, a past protagonist that was summoned to a different world in order to fight the demon lord. Now, he was gone for 7 years, and they forced him to stay in that world until he was able to kill the demon lord, which is fairly odd. You want someone from a different world to fight your own battles. But I digress, it's fine. Not only that, he had to put his life on the line, because if he died in that world, he would die, because that's his real body. So not only were they making him work to the bone to try to fight an enemy that he didn't even know of, nor did he even want to take part in fighting, they just forced it on him. And then they were like, oh, you can go home after. But in that 7 years, he didn't know that his parents were constantly looking for him. It ended up driving his mother to a very dark place, and she ended up passing on. And it also drove his father away, which ended up leading him to get imprisoned. Because of this, his entire family disowned him, and they didn't want him anymore. Even when he was trying to ask them for help or for a place to stay, they didn't allow him to. But when he finally realized he could use the same abilities that he was using in the last world to defeat the demon lord, he became the new demon lord in his current world. Because he had to go through so much hardship and no one would listen to him and no one would understand him, he simply snapped and went on a whole tirade. And because of that, he made the main protagonist that is in the story now currently. He made the spear hero because he was responsible for taking out his family in the crossfire of an attack, and it just so happened that he took out his family. He was trying to. I wouldn't say that. It was just a terrible situation because no one could really stop him. No one had that ability, because all of the other heroes that were summoned before had the same exact problem. They were all looked down and looked out as basically demons, like demonized. So they turned into what the people wanted, demons. See, now I'm about to get to the plus side. See, the plus side of being an isekai would be if you were reincarnated. Now, if you're reincarnated, you would definitely have the potential to get some crazy fucking abilities. I mean, cheat abilities, like a cheat skill, something that nobody else has in that world that only you have. You'll be this, oh, I'm the hero, or oh, I'm a great antagonist. Now, me personally,
ran off on the floor twice.
I'm actually making a light novel right now about it, and then eventually I'm gonna get to the point where I'm making a little manga about it. But that's not the point. The point is the way that isekais portray reincarnated people is kind of like a self-insert of the OC, and I'm not gonna lie, I like it. I like that. I like those type of things. Those are my guilty pleasures. But I would much rather be reincarnated than whisked away. Because if you're reincarnated, that just means, oh, you basically get a second chance to do something. But if you're whisked away, you're just stolen. You're stolen. They stole you. They kidnapped. Stole.
Ran off on the floor twice.
They stole you. But that's the point. Point is, do you know the crazy abilities you would be able to get in some of these goddamn motherfucking isekais? Consider Subaru's ability, right? From ReZero. Now, he may not seem like he has the best power because of how he acts, but really speaking, if I had Subaru's power, I'd be a demon. Like, for real, I don't think people really understand how crazy Subaru's power is. It's basically, you can't really, control or delete. You just keep coming back, and you get save points. So it doesn't matter what you do, you can keep coming back with save points. Now, you remember everything, don't get me wrong, that's going to suck. But, hear me out. I would learn almost every fighting style without a consequence. And then I just learn every magic. If I don't have any affinity for magic, then guess what? I'm just learning a fighting style until I get really fucking good at it. And with my ability to reset everything, I'll just become extremely good. Like, there's so many things this man could have did that could have made his character better and more likable, but he didn't, and he's garbage. That's what I meant. That's what I'm like. I almost had to calm down. But that's what I like. That's what I like, Subaru. Now, I say all this to say, right? My little explanation of anime tropes. An isekai would be a very good thing to do if you weren't hero summoned. That is a key point of this whole thing. Me trying to explain isekais. Isekai would be a great thing to do if you weren't a fucking hero summon, because then you won't be kidnapped.